our city. And so I would be concerned about any of those. But there are three areas that really, really penetrate my mind. I'm concerned about our elderly, I'm concerned about our children, and I'm concerned about pets and how they're all being treated. Because each of them bring a certain quality to our city, and they deserve to be respected and treated with such.
Absolutely. Daytona Beach is kind of unique. We are an event seasoned city, which kind of swells the number of people that are in our town at any given time. So what do you see are some of the challenges of being that kind of city that kind of goes in these cycles of events happening every year?
Well, we've come a long way from from just being the spring break city, because we host so many different things now. I do think, though, that we have to be more conscientious of what we allow to come to our town. You know, we have to determine what type of city we want to be. What do we want to be named for? Yes, we're the world's most famous beach, but the beach isn't the only thing that we offer. We also have very historical homes here, from Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune's home, Howard Thurman's home. You know, there's such a rich history here. Jackie Robinson was allowed to play here when he wasn't allowed to play down the street in Sanford. You know, if we were just to look at the history that we already offer and build upon that, I would really love to see more opportunities for families to come here. For example, with sports, we've got that beautiful stadium out there that we've done some remodeling over, some revamping in this last year. And if you haven't been yet, you'll see some of that from the locker rooms to the seating and the stands. I'd love to see a track around that. I can see families following their children to come to track, to races and what have you. I'd really love to see more family-oriented events. I don't like it when, for example, when we had that truck event and they just tore up our city, just running through the beach with their wheels and, you know, urinating in people's yards. All that sort of stuff is not what we want to be known for. You know, we want to be a place where people can come and enjoy themselves and have opportunities galore, you know?
Yeah. And Commissioner, you've been on the City Commission long enough that there have been several iterations of the committee, or I should say of the commission. What do you see that are some of the current strengths of this current commission now that you have?
Well, I think the strength for us is the diversity that we bring. You know, you don't have, you're not going to automatically get a yes. There's going to be some deliberation between us for us to determine whether or not we think it's a good way to go.
Paul tells me it's 2:30. This is the Thursday, November 21st, 2024, meeting of the Board of Adjustments. Could we please have a roll call? Members present, please.
Mr. George?
Present.
Ms. Barhu? Here. Mr. Connors?
Present.
Mr. McCray?
Here.
Mr. Cameron?
Present.
Chairman Betts.
I am here. Thank you. I want to introduce city staff that's here. Ms. Phillips, I think everybody knows is here. It's over here. Mr. David Russell, our esteemed attorney. Ms. Becky Groom, our secretary. And we have our IT department behind the wall. I think Joe's here, Joe Graves. And is Xavier here? Yes, sir. Oh, hi. We do not have a police officer here today, present. Okay, we have two sets of minutes to look at, September 19th, 2024. We do have people here that were here, so we can act on those minutes. Is there a motion for the September 19th meeting?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
You got a second? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, then we got the minutes of the October 17th meeting that I was not present at, but there are people that were here that were at that meeting. Do we have a motion for these minutes?
A motion that we approve the minutes as written.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor of approving these minutes, say aye.
Aye.
And those are approved. Becky, we can put them right here for you. I think those are the ones that I signed. Oh, wait, this is the one I signed. This is the one I signed. Sorry. That's what I signed. Okay. Now we'll get into the new cases for today's meeting. We have two cases today. Case A at 740 Owasso Street. Could we please have the clerk read the,
BOA
Okay.
2024-022, variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code. Request by Laura and Ken Sesiadek for a variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code for a single-family residential structure to reduce the required rear yard setback from 25 feet to 12 feet. This variance approval will allow a 247 square foot hard roof screen room to be added to the rear of the home that will encroach into the required rear yard setback. Property is located at 740 Owasso Street, parcel ID 5239-1802-0150.
okay, is there an representative of the applicant or the applicant wishes to come up and give us your thoughts and ideas about your project?
Hi, I'm Ken Sazadek, and at 740 Owasso Street, we're trying to put a screened-in porch that is wide, but half of it we want to cover so we have shade and stuff. And behind us only is a cemetery and a waterway, which covered with trees. So actually, nobody really can see my backyard unless they want to climb through the trees. So that's the variance. Already there. It's at that distance. We're just putting a roof over it for shade. And I don't know if you need some sort of hardship or something, but I've had cancer twice and survived it, and I try not to go out in the sun too much unless I'm really covered up. So it gives me a chance to just sit out on the porch with a lot less sun on me.
Okay. Looking at the design, it looks like it might fit in pretty well there. Does the board have any questions for Ken?
I assume that the cemetery doesn't have any issues about this.
I did send them a letter. They have not responded in any sort of way that I know of. And again, they can't see me.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I don't think the residents there have much
Well, I
to
was
say
going to
about
ask
it
if he
either.
mailed them, but that's not.
Yeah. My biggest concern is actually the pet cemetery behind there, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I did not know there was one in there.
There's a sign that says so.
Oh, okay.
I
a
heard
look at
wild
that.
animals sometimes, but.
Okay, is there anybody here in the audience wish to speak on the matter, or?
I'm just a representative of the Screen Enclosure Company, and I know last month it was gracious of the same committee joining forces.
Just state your name and
I'm-
address,
I'm-
please.
Okay, David Meggie with Miller Screen, 311 Opportunity Court, right here locally.
Yep.
But the same committee met and approved Etwan Blake's screen enclosure, and turned out perfect. He's enjoying it very much. And it's interesting, you know, with the variance, I know we could put a screen roof over this enclosure, but the variant states that if and when it's a hard roof is when this comes into play. And that's why we're here, just to protect him, and he's very gracious. I know I spent 25 years in pharmaceuticals in the oncology division, and representing melanoma, a few of the other cancers that come back, and as gracious as he's saying, it is a true hardship for people in this area, and it's just a hard roof versus a screen roof, and with the conditions, and we'll do a wonderful job cleaning up, and they do look very pretty, and I wanted to thank you for approving Mr. Blake's screen enclosure last month. So any other questions about the design or anything else, we have all that information. But that's it, thank you.
Thank you.
I do have a question. I assume that the roof line of the screened roof is going to be under the roof line of the house.
That's correct, yes. We're mounting it underneath the soffit. There's a soffit that comes out a foot, and it's going to go underneath there and then straight out with the gutter. And so absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions of the board? Any? Chairman, I'll entertain a motion then.
I guess I move that case 2024-022 be approved.
Okay, there's a motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Could the clerk call the roll, please?
Mr. McCray?
Good.
Mr. Cameron?
Yes.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Ms. Barhu?
Yes.
Mr. Connors?
Yes.
Chairman Betts?
Yes. The motion's been approved.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now,
Good luck.
And I assume that you'll just send an email of this approval. and
Yeah,
we'll
she'll-
do it the-
No, she'll get with you on everything, yep.
Have a good day.
Okay, case on to case B. 2024-23. And this is at 1640 Fifth Street. Ms., will you please read the case, please?
BOA 2024-023, variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code. A request by Raynard and Patricia Miller for a variance from Article 4, Section 42B of the City of Daytona Beach Land Development Code for an accessory structure to a single-family home to reduce the required rear yard setback from 25 feet to 7.5 feet. This variance approval will allow a 625 square foot detached garage to be added to the property that will encroach into the required rear yard setback. The property is located at 1640 Fifth Street, parcel ID 5202-1500-0030.
I'm assuming you're the applicant.
Yes, hi. Yes, and
What's your name, man?
Reynard
Oh,
Miller.
thank you.
And the request is because the location, we didn't want it it's the detached garage, and we didn't want it right against the house. We kind of wanted to set it back a little bit, and that give us more driveway, make it more convenience. And that's the reason for the variance, basically.
And you're building a,
It's a company, it's one of these companies that will construct it, but I would be putting a face on it to mimic the house for us to appear. It's a metal building.
right,
One of these, it's kind of stated in there, one of these companies that they specialize in these metal buildings, and but the appearance would be like the house.
I was gonna ask about that, because I knew it was a prefab metal
Yeah.
building. What are you going to use for a siding on this? if anything? What are you using for the?
Well, I mean, it comes with the metal siding.
Right.
Yeah, but we're gonna go with the stucco finish, and that would be what we, be a dense glass product, if you're familiar with that, and stucco on top,
Okay.
you know.
Is that a product that just screws into the metal then?
Right.
Okay.
It's an exterior sheeting, rather, that's what it is, yes.
Okay.
And stucco on top.
Okay. And your house is brick and stuccos, I saw, right?
The front is brick, half partial, it's a combination, brick and stucco.
Right.
The front.
And the neighborhood has mostly stucco and,
Yeah, most of
yeah.
the, most
So
of
you're gonna do that and then paint it compatibly
Right, yeah.
to the house? Okay.
It would blend in, be pleased, appearance would mimic the house.
Okay.
What's the distance between the back of your house and where the garage is gonna be? I don't see that.
The
in it.
back of the house.
The back of your house, yeah, how much distance are you gonna have
Oh,
between your house and the?
And about 12, 10 or 11 feet, somewhere 10, about around 10 or 11 feet.
No.
Yeah. It's only a portion, it's not completely behind, it's kind of, but a portion of it will be behind the house, yeah.
Right. So the house has a garage already.
Yes. This will be additional storage and garage, combination, that type of thing.
I couldn't see the back of your house. Is there windows, like if you attach this garage to the back of the house, would that,
It would, yes, it
What
would
would that
cover
block?
windows. Yeah, it would cover one, yes. It would interfere with, it would interfere, if you're asking us, would it interfere with the window if it was attached?
right, I mean, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't want it, if I lived in the back, on the back side of you, I wouldn't want that big structure that close to the fence line there.
Well, it's gonna be, and it'll be fenced in also with a solid fence. This building will be fenced in because my yard is fenced in,
Right.
yeah. And that would, which also would automatically, the structure would be fenced in.
So these garages come in various sizes,
Right.
and you've chosen a 25-foot by 25-foot garage. And if you were to make it a 20-foot by 20-foot garage, you'd be able to keep it a little further away from that property line, therefore not needing as much of a variance.
You couldn't park in a 20
Yeah.
by 20.
Okay.
They don't make trucks that size.
You plan
Well,
on-
mini trucks, but I don't
Right.
drive a mini truck
And you plan
Or a
on, I
minivan.
saw you have a van.
or a minivan. I don't
Yeah.
have a minivan.
Yeah, it's a big van, right?
Yes.
I saw that in the photos. And you plan on parking the bigger truck? there?
Yes.
Okay.
Those are your work vehicles, is that correct?
Uh,
The van? Yeah.
personal, yes, personal and work vehicles, yes.
Okay.
How close, how close is the house behind you to the fence line, you know?
At least 25 feet, I would say close to 25.
So the house
And they
behind
have
you
a-
is 25
and-
feet away from your back fence line, which I assume is your property line.
Right, and they have a storage shed behind their house also, which will be between their house and this garage.
And I think I understand it correctly. The current shed, let's call it, that you have there that's close to the house is going to be removed.
Right, yeah, it's just a
This will
smaller.
Take a piece of its place, not what you're about to put down is going to have a bigger footprint. than
Right,
your
it's in
store.
that same spot as the current one. It's the same location, right? But that one will be removed.
Thank you.
Can I ask Missy a question? When you build a freestanding garage, doesn't it have to match the walls and the roof of the main house?
The way that the code is written for this zoning district, it says that bear with me, it's in here in the design standards, and I want to read it to you exactly as it's worded. It's accessory structures greater than 200 square feet in floor area must have the same or similar exterior finish and roof design as the principal building on the site. So the same or similar exterior finish and roof design.
Okay,
That was my
this has a pitch, it has a pitched roof. But in the future, my roof is gonna be needing replacing, and I'm considering metal instead of shingles. It's a better product. You know, down the road, I have shingles now, but I'm considering, upgrading, you know, when it comes that time.
Right, you already told us that you're gonna put stucco panels on the exterior walls,
Yes,
so that leaves the metal roof.
right.
And of course, the garage doors are gonna be,
There will appear, you know, there'll be garage doors, you know, just
they'll be,
be the
excuse me?
typical garage doors, right?
Okay. Yeah, there's a diagram in the packet that shows like 3D views of the building. And so the roof line, I don't think the roof line is any different than the house, but the material would be. And
But
certainly
the
he could
color-
change the color of
The
that.
color is gonna be similar.
So
The
you're
color
gonna-
will be similar.
Have a roof will be similar color to your house.
The roof, yes, it's a current roof, yes.
Okay.
It's a brown, my current roof is a brown,
Okay,
and this will be a brown.
okay.
The sides, I thought I heard something different. So tell me again, what is the structural sides? I know they're steel. What color are they going to be?
Well, they originally, a tan, the same as the stucco on my house. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So the idea is those sides
Mm-hmm,
will match your house as
Right.
it exists today.
right.
Page 5 in your packet has the garage specifications, it has the colors.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Thank you.
Well, this is a pitched roof, but it has like a gable end, which that really doesn't match the house.
Well, but that's true. But if you think, if you're observant in construction, you notice a lot of homes are a combination, gable, I have a hip.
Right.
Mine has a hip. But a lot of homes look very nice. You have a hip and a combination of gable. On a lot of, that's common on a lot of homes now. Even so, shingles and, I'm in construction, but I see even shingles and metal on some homes. I don't know if you're aware of that, but in fact, a good friend of mine lives in LPGA, and that's the way her house is built, and she just had a re-roof. But 1/3 of her roof is metal. 1/3 is metal. I don't know if I'm just saying, people, you ride around all the time and see things, but you don't see things. But I
Right.
kind of, stuff like that, catch my eye. Hey.
Right.
So does this company offer a hip roof?
Well, anything is awful with a bigger price. You can go anything you want, you know that.
Right.
But no, that would be a big upgrade or a big difference in price. Sure they could do it, but I don't think that takes away from. In fact, if anything, it's going to stand out more. But that roof, it's not it's like a 312, and from the street, all you're going to see is a brown. You're going to have to get in the yard. What kind of roof is that? But you're driving by.
You want me to see it?
No, you have to.
Yeah, there are, if you look at the bottom of page 8, the neighborhood around him has a mixture of hip and gabled roofs.
I don't even know.
And so, and like you said, he was considering metal on the roof of his house, but he is painting this roof the same color. They're trying to match it as closely as possible. Using
And see, I went with this option compared, your standard code calls for, I could put on that property a 20 by 10. Frankly, said I could put two 20 by 10s. So compare me putting two 20 by 10s on my property compared to that. What would you put on your property? I'm just saying, I wouldn't have to come before you if I just went ahead and put up two 20 by 10s. And I could maybe squeeze a vehicle in one and use the other one for, well, of course you can use the other for storage, but it'd be hard for me to squeeze one of my vehicles in a 20 by 10.
Missy,
Ma'am?
is there a problem if the roof remains that way on the garage?
It's, the way the code is written is it's same or similar.
So it would still be similar, but just with him doing the stucco to make it look like the house. Okay, just want to make sure it's good to go.
Okay.
That's good.
I like the stucco on the walls. I personally would rather see it have a hip roof to match the house. I did a variance for the same thing at my own house, and the city made me match the siding, that made me match the hip roof, and even down to the shingles had to be the same color and same architectural design. So that's what, I guess it'd be hard to, I don't know if it's even possible to put in the variance that when he does the roof, that it does match with the metal like he's saying. If that's not attached
Well,
to the variance,
They say,
no one could
excuse
really
me, they
make
say
them
the
do that.
color is gonna match.
What's that?
They say the color is gonna be close.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, any other questions of the applicant? And, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if there's no other
Yeah.
questions, I'll make a motion
Go ahead.
to pass, case B, BOA 2024-023 as proposed.
Okay, there's a motion, and is there a second?
I will second it.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Connors?
I approve.
Mr. McCray?
Yes.
Mr. Cameron?
Yes.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Ms. Farhood?
Yes.
Chairman Betts?
Yes, I approve. Thank you for getting
Okay,
us as
thank
closely
you.
as possible to the architecture of it, and
Okay, thank you.
we do appreciate
Thank
your
you.
help with this. Good luck.
Okay.
Is yours go through
Yeah.
this part in here?
Thank you, ma'am.
Do we have any other business
A couple years ago, wasn't it?
today? New business?
I don't think so.
Oh, 10
Old
longer
bu-
than
old
I
business?
thought,
Okay.
because I've gone,
We're good?
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn if anybody wants to make one.
I do have one case,
Yes,
for December. I do have one now on the book.
okay.
Okay.
Mr. McCray did say he's not going to be able to attend the December meeting, so does anybody else
I will be here.
foresee anything? Everybody good?
my plans to be here. It's 30 days away then.
Yeah,
Okay,
I intend to be here also.
okay,
Should be
perfect.
here.
Good, good. I know it's Christmas. I know a lot of people go away, so I just,
That's a fine.
going to Ohio and back, but I'll be here.
okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry you had to go through.